Yo, what's up, folks? In this video, we're going to be talking about how to find good subcontractors and employees. This is always a tricky issue to navigate. Josh and I have had varying degrees of success with it over the years, and these are the few things that we've learned during that process. So, for subcontractors, it's a little bit easier because there's a little bit less of a commitment issue. For us, we've talked to other painters we know that have used guys, and we might get their contact information. For whatever industry you're in, whether it's carpentry or an electrician or whatever it may be, you can talk to other really high level, like master level carpenters or electricians that you know that are working in your area. See like guys that they have used. They might even be able to subcontract for you, and that's kind of where Josh and I have landed on over the years. Is we tend to work with really high level subcontractors now that are generally like master level in their craft. So that's been kind of what we landed on. And with subcontractors, it's easy because you can try them out on a job that's a little less risky. So maybe not a huge job, or a job from one of your really important feeders. So maybe just like a one-off residential client, or something that they can't mess up but so bad. You try them out for one job, see how they do, and then you can kind of build a relationship from there. And the nice thing about that is if they really mess up, or they put you in a bad spot, or they screw up your job site or whatever it is, you don't have to fire them. You just don't hire them for the next job. And that's kind of how we've done it over the years, and that's how we've kind of cultivated a stable of really good dudes that we work with, pretty consistently all year round. And the guys that didn't work out, we don't call them back. So that's pretty much how we do that. And sometimes having a really good relationship with a subcontractor that's worked with you for a long time can turn into an employment opportunity. So we've found some folks as well that have been in the industry for a while. Maybe they have all their own insurance and they've been working on their own, but some guys get tired of booking jobs and doing things, and they might just decide they'd rather just work for you. And that can be a great way to transition someone from like a sub to a full-time employee. And that happens pretty often, particularly guys that might have been in the industry for a while and they just don't want to run the back end or do the administrative thing anymore, or they just kind of want steady work. They don't want to think about it, and it can be a great deal for them and for you. You get a really steady guy who's got great skills, and he's not trying to take over your business or anything. It's just he wants steady work and to go about his business and do whatever he's got to do. And you've pre-vetted him through this long relationship of subbing. So that is something we have seen. You can also go to you can advertise over the internet in a variety of ways. Indeed.com is one of them. We'll link to that in the notes below. But there's also a few other job posting sites. To me, it just seems easier to talk to people in your area. I know there's some Facebook groups as well too, specific to contracting, for whatever discipline you're in. And that's a lot of people do, like, because some of these Facebook forums are like 15,000 people. So if you post like, hey, I'm in PA, I need an extra painter, you probably will get some responses, but you're still going to vet those people as you would anybody else.
So we're going to move on to hiring an actual employee. The best would be if you know someone long term, they're good and skilled, and you can hire them like a subcontractor you worked before. A lot of times that's not the case, and you're going, how do I find a good employee? So I've definitely made the mistake in the past of hiring employees just because I could get them cheap.
Yep.
Because I thought I could train anyone how to do paint contracting, and that did not work out so well, and a lot of those employments only lasted a few weeks, which stinks because they left their job to work for us. We thought we had someone long term, and it just didn't work out. It was the worst painters I've ever seen in my life. So what I found works a little better. If you're trying to find guys, you can use all the sites like Jeremy said, Indeed.com. You can do other job sites. You can go to local supply stores, like for us it would be Sherwin-Williams, Benjamin Moore, say, hey, we're looking for a guy. But I do like testing out employees short-term or doing a short-term contract. So a lot of times I'll keep the first contract 3 weeks or less. And a lot of times I'll say, hey, come work with me for a day. we'll just pay you cash at, a certain rate. And so I can kind of test their skill, because I can see where they are in skill level, because it's tough to say, hey, I'm going to pay you as a master level painter or a entry level. It's without seeing their skills or seeing their work. So I like to test a guy out on maybe for a week, maybe for a few days to gauge it. And then you can kind of see where they line up for pay scale. Just agree to, whatever terms it would be. But really, you want to go for quality and hire the best people that you can, and they are worth the extra money, because we found that when bringing on better guys, your business will go better, your clients will be happier, and you actually make more money even though you're spending more money for the labor. And that's kind of how we like to find our employees and subcontractors. And like we said, go for quality and be patient in finding quality.
In general, you get what you pay for. So, yeah, we'll see you in the next video.
What I have, I built with my own hands.